Beauty and the Beat. You're still my beautiful girl, and no amount of spots will ever change that, Chrysalin remembered. She had lost count the amount of times her dad said these words to her. Bursting into tears, Chrysalin stared in the mirror at the very large white circular blotch that had formed around her left eye. Great! What creative names will the kids at school call me now, she thought. I'm clearly doomed to spend the rest of my life as a hideous monster. Even though it had been 3 years, Chrysalin still remembered the doctor's words like it was yesterday. The test confirms that Chrysalin suffers from Vitalgio, a disease that causes the melanin cells in your skin to die or stop functioning. So melanin is pigment that gives human skin, hair, and eyes their color. Chrysalin didn't like being different. It seemed as if she could only relate to Sean, her older brother, and she wasn't sure if that counted. Sean introduced her to music therapy as a way to cope with the diagnosis. He was the only one who really understood Chrysalin's love for making music. It was in music therapy that Chrysalin learned to be a DJ, otherwise known as a DJ or disc jockey, and discovered her natural talent for it. On her 10th birthday, her dad purchased her very first DJing equipment. So, you're going to do it, right? Sean was holding a flyer in her face that read, "So, you think you can spin? DJ tryouts, Saturday only." Chrysalin snatched the flyer out of Sean's hand. This was it, a chance to be herself. The winner would earn a spot to spin alongside DJ J-Con, one of the top disc jockeys on the circuit. Later that evening, Chrysalin and Sean began filling out the audition application. "Sean, I can't think of a stage name," Chrysalin huffed. "What am I supposed to call myself?" True to his sarcastic nature, Sean said, I don't know. Maybe your name? DJ Chrysalin?" Chrysalin, not at all amused by her brother, threw a pillow at him. "Seriously, I need something cool." "Here's a thought, and just hear me out." Chrysalin looked at her brother with a worried countenance. She wasn't sure she was ready for what he was about to say. "What if you called yourself DJ 8-Ball?" Sean immediately braced himself for what he knew would be another pillow to his face. The kids at school were already calling Chrysalin 8-Ball to tease her. Her dark ebony skin really highlighted the contrast of the white discoloration around her eye. Her dad always said, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Well, here was her chance to make the best tasting lemonade. "Sean, you're a genius," she exclaimed. With each pen stroke on the application, she could feel a sense of ownership. She decided in that moment that she would be the one to control her identity, not the students at school, and not the Vitalgio. DJ 8-Ball. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it, she said with pride. Saturday seemed to take forever to arrive. Laptop, mixer, controller, headphones, turntables, Chrysalin said, packing her bags. As they entered the lobby awaiting the audition, Chrysalin scanned the room, eyeing the crowd. Of all the contestants, she was the only girl. Great, she thought, turning to her brother. I'm the only girl. I'm always the oddball. No, not oddball, 8-Ball. Sean bellied over with laughter as Chrysalin looked at him with annoyance. After gathering his composure, Sean reassured his sister. Look, just get up there and do your thing. When the beat drops, you'll know what to do. Just then, the crowd erupted with cheers. DJ J-Con was walking through the lobby, waving and wishing everyone good luck. Chrysalin paced back and forth as contestants around her were called one by one to the stage. Chrysalin Johnson, the announcer called. This is it, she thought. It's time. As she made her way on stage, DJ J-Con asked her to introduce herself. With confidence, she replied, DJ 8-Ball. On stage, Chrysalin's mind was a blur. Her nervousness immediately disappeared once she put on her headphones. She felt the bass of the beat and the boom of the speakers vibrate through her body. Her fingers moved effortlessly as she scratched back and forth across the turntables. She was in her zone. When she finished her set, she was so excited she didn't remember the announcer informing her to exit stage left. Splat! Chrysalin went down hard. She tripped over the wires to the right of the equipment, taking her turntables down with her. Chrysalin was mortified. As she felt the tears begin to pool in her eyes, she ran to the lobby to find Sean. She was completely silent on the way home, except for the few choked-up breaths she had from crying. All she wanted was to go to her room and be left alone for the rest of her life. A few hours went by when the doorbell rang. She could hear Sean and her dad calling for her. What do they want? She wondered. Chrysalin reluctantly made her way downstairs, only to see DJ Jacon standing in her kitchen. Her heart seemed to jump into her throat. DJ 8-Ball, right? He asked with a smile. My assistant had to do some digging in your paperwork to find your address. You left in such a hurry, and you didn't take your equipment with you. I figured you may want that, especially if we're going to play a set together. I'm sorry? What did you say? Chrysalin was in complete disbelief. I'm here because you blew me away in that audition today. My crew and I were really impressed with you, explained DJ Jacon. As they continued to talk, Chrysalin and her brother shared with DJ Jacon the details behind choosing her stage name. Chrysalin told him all about her struggles with feeling beautiful and the ways in which music made all her insecurities go away. The more she spoke, the more Chrysalin realized how proud she was of herself. Wow, that's an inspiring story, one that you shouldn't keep hidden. So I'm going to call our set Beauty and the Beat. Chrysalin could hardly believe what she was hearing. I guess it's not so bad being different after all, she thought. As she thanked DJ Jacon for visiting her and walked him out the door, her mind raced with ideas and anticipation about her upcoming set with someone she admired so much. She thought again of her father's words. She was too lucky to get bogged down in a pity party about her condition. It was time to get to work. All right, so question 1. So at this point, you need to go to the questions. Question 1. Paragraph 1 is important to the story because it